Hey there guys, I'm SonicGhost and welcome back to some more Let's Play Splatoon 2 Octo expansion. Last time we continued making our way down the J line and we did the dreaded Girl Power Station, one of the most infamous missions here in the Octo expansion. Now that we're done with this station, we can go ahead and move on to our next one here. Break it down in the Matchmaster Station. So here we have a choice of 3 different weapons: the Squeezer, the Splat Charger, and the Rapid Blaster Pro. Let's go ahead and start off this test with the recommended weapon, the Squeezer. Please scrape a shape out of the crates that are identical to the example on the left. If you destroy an incorrect crate by accident, you will fail. Take care not to lose your focus. Take care out there. Go ahead and begin the test. Destroying crates until you match the example on the left, okay? Oh, this is gonna take a while. That's a huge amount of crates we gotta destroy. This thing is huge! I agree on that one, Pearl. This mission here is very similar to a mission we have done in the past, where we have to match crates to an example on our left side here. Matching the shape will clear the said test. This one's so big we actually see a checkpoint here, but as we can tell is locked behind a key door. So we're gonna need to get ourselves a key to even activate the said checkpoint. But say you want a better example of what you're looking at over here on your other side, just shoot this spinner and boom, look at that sucker spin. You can turn the whole unit around, which makes it a little bit easier for us to hit some of these boxes from here. So we need to be very careful in this said mission because we can only shoot these orange boxes. We cannot shoot any of the brown ones because if we do that, then we fail the mission. Gonna go ahead and shoot the grapple links here to warp up to the top of the structure, but be careful with your aim as you don't want to hit one of the ROM boxes just trying to warp up. You know, up here you could try destroying the crates from above. That's a good idea, Pearl, so let's go ahead and do that. So I'm just gonna go ahead, tap the shoot button here with the Squeezer so we don't accidentally shoot one of these other crates, which is very easy to do with this weapon. Holding down the shoot button with this weapon makes it go crazy. Even Marina's saying go easy on the trigger here because one wrong move and you fail this entire thing. And this is a very long mission. Compared to our last matchmaking mission, this one I feel is almost triple the length just because of how big of a structure you have to work with here. So let's just take things very cautiously. Here's our said key, so now we can activate that checkpoint whenever we want. I'm gonna hold off on activating the said checkpoint for now because I want to hit as many boxes as I can before we activate the said checkpoint, because there's only one checkpoint in this said mission. So we cannot get a second chance at anything here if we use up that set checkpoint, which is very easy to use the checkpoint early on in the mission and then realize maybe I should have broke more boxes before I hit the checkpoint, because now I'm kind of locked in to all these boxes left to shoot. That could be multiple upon multiple boxes. Now we're at the halfway point. I feel confident enough to go ahead and make my way back over to where the set checkpoint is so we can go ahead and use it. So open up the vaults, get ourselves a checkpoint, and that's it. So now we gotta be very careful. I say as I hit one of the boxes by accident I'm not supposed to shoot. Luckily that's fine if you tap one of the other boxes with a little bit of ink. As long as you don't destroy the said box, then you're fine. You don't lose immediately. So let's just be careful not to shoot one of these and destroy it that we're not supposed to shoot. So I'm going to take care of all these boxes on the underside here. That way we don't have to worry about any of these, and we can just work our way from top to bottom. Keep on shooting everything around us here. Very careful with my aim. And this is just pretty much the whole mission. It's just a lot of focusing here because you can't make one wrong move whatsoever here if you don't want to have to redo a whole bunch of stuff. On my first playthrough, I was here for a very long time, as this mission with how exact you need to be in a lot of areas, this can just be overwhelming. And it just, on the first playthrough, your nerves really get to you with something like this, so you make a lot of mistakes. So I'm just gonna be taking my time and just pay attention to every single shot. There's some of these boxes you could hold down the shoot button with the squeezer and just let it go and attack more things at once, but I don't really trust myself when it comes to that. That's just really bad idea, so I'm just gonna take things slow. The only time I'm gonna hold down the shoot button to get a lot of shots out at once is when I'm on ground level, so I can shoot the ground around me to swim around. At this point, I'm just gonna rotate this platform around so we can get to some of the other grapple links here, because I'm not gonna be walking all the way around. You gotta really use these grapple links in the most efficient way possible here, because if you're not careful, obviously, you will just kind of miss out on getting to certain sections up top. So try to keep certain rows of boxes intact so you use the grapple links to get back on top and work your way from top to bottom to destroy these said crates. Keep on falling back down the ground level. As long as I don't destroy any other crates, this is fine. A little just time consuming when I keep on doing this. Also, I'm trying to be very careful when I shoot these grapple links, because if I aim wrong, I can easily hit something else that's not the said grapple link in question and fail the mission if I destroy a crate. So let's not do that, please. There you go. We did it. We matched this structure here on our right to the one on the left. Wow, that's using your head. Thanks, Pearl. So there's the goal. Now we gotta get up to the top of the actual structure there and get ourselves, well, simply put, a test pass result. But be careful at this point not to shoot any more of these boxes around you, because at this point in the mission, you can still fail. And if you do, you will respawn to your last checkpoint, whether it be the beginning if you never hit the checkpoint, or the vault checkpoint if you got the key. So yeah, do not shoot anything else at that point besides ground. So at this point, let's climb our way up to the example statue here. And before we finish the test, we can look down below. We can see we got a lot of points down here. In fact, collecting all of these canisters, we get ourselves 100 free points just at the end of the test. That's really nice. Now let's go ahead and pass the said test and get out of here. As if for the squeezer, but unfortunately for us, we have to go back to Matchmaster Station with the other two weapons to finish it off. So it's time for us to go back and complete that test yet again, moving on to our next weapon in the list. But before so, we got new entries in the chat log. So we can go ahead and read our next chat log listing from Marina here. So let's just go ahead and do that real quick. Let's go ahead and read session 9. My name is Cuttlefish. I don't cuddle with fish. My only wish is for a delicious dish. Maybe stick that one back in the oven, Cap. And with that, DJ Hyperfresh has joined the chat room. Hey! Yo! Hello there. What are you guys up to? Just workshopping some rhymes. The captain decided he wants to be a rapper, but he's not exactly coming correct with these rhymes yet. No fan of hip-hop is a foe of mine. I don't see genre. I know! Let's look at one of Pearl's old verses, back before she knew anything about meter or rhyme. Who needs friends on this dark, cold night? Not this rhythm soldier. I'm a stark, bold knight. On a higher level up here. Can you feel me? This Pearl's one of a kind, but my fam knows the real me. Oh, this is on fire. You're a sickly rapper, Pearl. Thanks? This is back when I was first coming up, before Marina and I met. May not have known what I was doing, but I had heart. Remember this one? It only sold like 1,000 copies, digital and physical. I can see why that specific song only sold 1,000 copies. Not really one of Pearl's best works, to say the very least. I always like that one. What's it called again? Dudes be like sleeping. Hello, that's right. I remember the stations refused to play it, for obvious reasons. But right after that, we formed Off the Hook and recorded Ebb and Flow. That song sold like Krabby Cakes. Off what hook now? You seriously don't know? Jeez, old man. It's the name of the group me and Marina are in. Is it fresh? Is it fresh? Come on, my dude. But for real, though, the reviews of our first show had me worried for a minute there. Yeah, they described me as the tall, exotic-looking girl standing next to Pearl. Yeah, after that first show, the few fans I had kind of fell off, but we won them back eventually. The thing we did, or this Inkopolis news gig never would have happened. Yeah, luckily our fourth single was a hit, right after the time Callie and Marie decided to move on. We really got lucky with that Squid Sisters timing. Squid Sisters? Yeah, Cap, aren't those your grandkids? You know, these people, right here. See, that's the Squid Sisters with Pearl and Marina. You see, grandkids, remember? That reminds me, I should probably check in with them soon. Their props worried about you. I'm sure they're keeping busy. I mean, their solo careers got so big, they outgrew Inkopolis news. Yo, we gotta up our networking game for real. We can't do Inkopolis news forever. Well, we already have an offer from Humpback Pump Track to shoot a commercial. Once you learn how to ride without training wheels, of course. Sick burn there, Marina. Sick burn. Pearl doesn't even have a comeback for that one. Also, you wear training wheels still on your bike? Yeah, it's a little sad there, Pearl. I can see why that Humpback Pump Track commercial thing isn't happening yet. Maybe someday. But that was a nice little chat log. Some good behind the scenes there, this time with Pearl's upcoming music career. So, nice little backstory. But now it's time for us to make our way back to Matchmaster Station to complete it with the other weapon types. Back here at Matchmaster, let's go ahead and select the Splat Charger next. So we kind of know how this kind of a mission works with a charger weapon because another mission we did previously here in Octo expansion, just like this, we used a Splat Charger and a Squeezer. So these weapons are the exact same here. So we kind of have a good idea of how we want to go ahead and tackle this kind of mission. So I'm going to get up to the top first and work my way from top to bottom. So I'm going to be very careful and do a lot of tap shots here with this said weapon. That way, we don't destroy anything by accident, but when I know there's a good trail boxes we can go ahead and destroy, just let her rip with a full charge shot. That way we can get through things a lot faster. So I'm going to charge here, shoot the boxes, and now let's go ahead and work our way down a level, and just continue from here. This is pretty much the strategy I'm going to have for this whole mission. And unlike our first attempt here with the Squeezer, we're not going to be rotating around this platform anymore simply because there's honestly not much of a benefit of doing so. The biggest reason you would want to rotate things around is just to make sure you are doing things correctly and lining up the image from the left side of the map to the right, but you really just need to shoot all the orange crates. As long as you're doing this, then you're fine. So we don't really need a visual aid in this said mission because luckily just the structure itself is already a visual aid. So just gotta be paying attention to what you're doing here. And outside of that, you really don't need to check the example structure. You'd really only rotate the said structure around here if you just need an easier time to get to some of these crates. But I don't really need to do that. I'm perfectly fine keeping things in their default orientation here. Gonna tap shoot these crates here in the back section. Just being very careful with my shots. Gonna just jump over here, take a look at things around me before I start going willy-nilly with my shots, because I don't want to shoot something by accident and regret everything. And jump down here, take care of these crates. Let's continue with the tap shots at this point, because I don't want to overdo things and ruin everything. Go ahead, charge shot up to this said ledge with the grapple link. Jump down below, hit this grapple. Just kind of working my way around the edges here, being very careful with my said shots. Is kind of the big thing I'm going to just keep on reiterating with this kind of mission. Just take your time with this. You do not want to rush things here, because that is how you're going to fail. I'm going to just take the high ground on this one, shoot down, and get all those crates. Now I'm going to work my way back up here. I actually don't feel confident with a charge shot to get that. That's just too much. There you go. Just a little bit of a backwards jump, and then I can reach the grapple link. We got the key, so at this point we can hit the checkpoint, but I'm actually going to make my way through the said mission without the checkpoint. I feel confident enough in my abilities here with the said charger that I shouldn't need that said checkpoint. I don't recommend this at all on a first playthrough, because if you fail at all here without the said checkpoint, you're starting back from the very beginning of the said mission, which is a very time-consuming thing. So I do not recommend this at all for a first-time player. For someone like myself who has played this mission multitudes of times, I feel confident enough in my abilities with this weapon at this point, so I know I can get away without using the said checkpoint. And this can technically maximize the effective use of the checkpoint too. If I didn't feel confident with a shot and I have almost no boxes left, I can hit the checkpoint, be risky with that said shot, and if I fail, then I just have to redo that said shot and nothing else. Compared to if I got the checkpoint early and then did a risky shot near the end, then I have to do everything else leading back up to that said risky shot, depending on when I hit the checkpoint for how many boxes are destroyed. So you really gotta plan out when you're gonna use the said key here in that vault, so you can get the biggest use out of the said vault and checkpoint in the said level. It really does help to kind of route things out and plan accordingly for a mission like this. So this mission is just a lot of planning and patience. If you have both of those, then this mission really isn't that bad. At least with weapons here, say like the Splat Charger or the Squeezer. The next weapon, on the other hand, I really cannot say otherwise, because I have some pretty big opinions about our next weapon here. But that's it. We cleared this said mission now with the Splat Charger. We didn't even hit any of these boxes from the looks of things by accident. So that was a clean run of Matchmaster Station. Now let's just go ahead and work our way over to the said goal and finish up this said test. We're gonna shoot the sides of the walls here, make a little bit of trail of ink, fall down to the bottom. That, yeah, okay, that's fine. Just mulligan, mulligan. I want to climb that said structure. Take the warp. All right, let's try this again. Let's be a little bit more careful with my jumps. Not be overzealous with the timing of my squid jumps here, or octo jumps, I guess, because octopus form. I'm still used to saying squid jump because it took years until we got a playable octoling in the Splatoon series. So I'm just so used to just saying squid form when I'm going in my ink, because that's just how it was for years. But there you go. We passed the test now with the Splat Charger. There's one more weapon left. Let's head back to Matchmaster Station one more time to complete it with the Rapid Blaster Pro. One more weapon left here for the Matchmaster Station, and it's by far the hardest weapon of all, the Rapid Blaster Pro. Oh, I have problems with this set test and this weapon. This was not play tested. I can just clearly say that now with confidence. This weapon, it has issues in this test. The Rapid Blaster Pro, just like any blaster type, has a spread shot radius when you shoot your said blast. This right here causes a lot of issues with this said mission, because you hit boxes you're not even aiming for with this said blaster. So here I'm aiming in the middle of 4 boxes and destroying 4 at one shot. That's how big of a blast radius this said weapon has. You're gonna easily in this mission hit one of the other boxes by mistake that you're not aiming for, just because of the super powerful range that the Rapid Blaster Pro shot has once it hits something. This blaster shot radius is what's gonna cause you to fail more often than not in this said mission. When I first played the Octo expansion when it came out in 2018, this mission with this said weapon, I swear, this took me like an hour to complete. It was terrible. And it's just because of that blast radius from the shot. It's way too big for a mission like this. And it really showed in so many areas. This is why I'm keeping my distance right now with every shot I'm taking, because one wrong move here, and I can easily destroy one of these other boxes without even trying. The shot radius on this thing is so big and so powerful, you make a lot of mistakes with the Rapid Blaster Pro. So I cannot recommend doing this said mission with this said weapon type unless you feel confident enough with the said blasters to be able to do a mission like this. But even then, I still just can't recommend it because the shot radius is just too big with a weapon like this to do consistently. So the shots you see me take now, this was heavily routed out to make sure I wouldn't make any major mistakes here during this said video, because otherwise I would be here for probably that same hour that I was from my first playthrough, because that's how hard the said mission is. It's really recommended using the Rapid Blaster Pro here to take the high ground. And as you can see, it's very easy to make one little mistake and then cost you everything. So at this point, I did enough here to get to the key. I'm just taking the key and just going over that checkpoint. I got a box that's covered in my ink at this point that I can easily break with the Rapid Blaster because of just how powerful it is. I'm not taking any risks. So let's activate the set checkpoint. So I'm not going to be here for 5 years. So let's go ahead and use these rails. And would you look at that? We broke an incorrect crate just by using one of the grapple links. I didn't even aim for the crate and I broke it. That is how bad this said weapon is for this test. You won't be aiming for the said crates in question here, but you're going to be destroying one of them by accident. All because of just how strong of a blast radius this blaster has. So needless to say, this is not a good weapon type for this said mission. Only really recommended for people who feel confident enough in their blaster game and think, yeah, I'm up for a challenge. I'll go ahead and make my way through a test like this. Because really, it is just one of the worst ones, in my opinion, in the whole game. I had issues, sure, in our last test, the Girl Power Station. But that's mainly just because of the difficulty when it comes to just the hordes of Octolink coming your way. This one, I just feel like it's very unforgiving for all the wrong reasons. Hence why it's just really hard for me to recommend this weapon with the set test. It's just next to unplayable in certain areas. Well, at this point, I'm just going to take the low ground, shoot the boxes from underneath here, because we should be able to destroy only the boxes we're needing to hit now from the undercarriage. So I'm going to be very careful on some of these last set of shots, because the one I have left, that's in a weird spot. I think I could probably get that from shooting down here on an angle. And I hit the incorrect crate. Okay. This is why I'm not a fan of Rapid Blaster for the set mission. Because look at what I have to redo now. I got to redo all of that just because of one bad shot. This is why it's really important to know when to use your set checkpoint here in this set mission. So at this point, I got to be super careful. We fail one more time, then I'm going to have to pay some CQ points just to try again. I don't want to do that, so let's try to avoid it. Shoot all these up. Walk to the corner. Hit the ones I know for a fact I can't get from down below. That was my mistake. I tried to shoot one from down below that I really can't get to. So you don't want to leave crates that are out of reach for you to get from a down below section. You want to get them on the same level that you're on. At least when it comes to like this set of crates. Beforehand, that was a different story. That's a really problematic crate up above I have now. I don't know how I'm going to hit that without destroying the wrong thing. I should probably hit this corner and should be safe. Okay, that just barely worked. So now, all that's left is the undercarriage crates. So I should just be able to shoot these in the same order we did last time and be safe. Being really reckless with some of these shots. Yep, and there it is. I was afraid that was going to happen. The shot radius of this stinking blaster, man, it's just too powerful. It really is. Now, which crate am I missing? At this point, I got all the underside ones. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. How did I miss that one? That's a bad one to miss. That's in a really awkward spot. Okay, this is gonna be a close shot. I'm gonna be very careful my way back with these grapple links. Now I gotta work my way around to the edges here. I'm gonna just try to land this top box by going in the octopus form. And from here, I gotta get on these said crates on the side and then shoot the corner. Okay, we got it. Jeez, that was nerve-wracking. One wrong shot on that one, I would have failed on one crate remaining. That would have been really bad. So, at this point, we're done with the mission. Let's get the heck away from those said crates and touch our end goal in the next attempt. It's fine. It's fine. Who needed to actually finish the mission, right? We can always just do it again. I could shoot a crate and start over. Or I could just pause and start over, I guess, by returning to station. How am I missing that jump so many times? Let's get to the actual edge this time around before I jump. I'm really not good right now on this. My nerves are hitting me, man. That was a terrible mission. This is not a good weapon to use in the said mission. It's just, oh. Seriously, one of my least favorite stations in the whole game, simply because of this rapid blaster. I'm glad they didn't have the other matchmaking station have a blaster weapon of some kind, but man, of course the hardest one has the matchmaker whip a blaster. Like, oh. At least it's done. So at this point, we never have to come back to the Matchmaster Station ever again. It is now 100% complete. So now with that, go ahead and take a look at our mem cake here for the said test. It's the King Tank. This swells a stir of royal pride, and small or large, you lead the charge. The ink of nobles flows inside. Nobles of what kind? Noble inkers of like the turf wars? Of ancient times or current times? I assume current times because I very much doubt they had tank tops back in the ancient lore days of the Splatoon days here. But yeah, it's a nice looking tank top here. I like the design. Pretty simplistic, but really, what kind of design are you going to get out of a shirt that doesn't have sleeves? It's going to just have a logo on it and for the most part be one solid color. So this does a pretty good job at showing what it is. Although it almost kind of looks like maybe a taser, maybe a bottle. It could look like other things than just tank top. So I was thinking of going towards our next station, and then I realized, oh man, we were at Matchmaster Station for about half an hour. So we should probably end things here and continue where we left off in the next episode. So with that said, next time with Let's Play Splatoon 2 Octo expansion, we'll finish up the J line and see what this final level here unlocks for us in the Deep Sea Metro. I'll see you guys next time.